In this video, I'm going to go over the ultimate arm growth program for skinny guys that got me from this to this. But why should you take advice from me? Why listen to me? Well, I've always been a skinny guy trying to bulk up, but I did so many mistakes and decisions which I regret. For example, I used to do every single thing that I could to avoid taking my shirt off. But in today's video, I'll share with you my exact strategies that helped me go from skinny to jacked super fast. So what I want to do, share what works best for me and the program that I use to grow my arms super fast. Let's do this. Number one, the big picture. Before we get inside of the program, and I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do with the exercises and the days and all that stuff, I need you to ask yourself two questions, right? That I asked myself in the beginning. Well, first of all, why do you want big arms, right? This is probably, you're going to think that this is stupid or PT or whatever, but this is actually important. Why? Because you're going to ask yourself, why do you want big arms? And you're going to give some reasons like, I just want more muscle. But then I want you to ask yourself the second question, why? And until you get a very strong reason why you want big arms. Because if you look deep enough, you're going to find that you probably have some kind of experience from when you were younger or whatever that traumatized you. Or when I say traumatized, you think of a really big trauma, right? But it doesn't have to be a big trauma in order for this to show up, right? It can be actually a very small trauma, but we can still use it in order to have that fire inside of us to make sure we want to get big arms and we stay on the track. So ask yourself, why do you want big arms? But then I want you to realize that it's going to take some time. There is no program, there is no way that you could use to get big arms in 1 month or in 2 months or in 3 months, right? To get huge in 3 months, right? It's not going to happen. And if you really want to get huge in 3 months, you're going to only get fat. You're not going to gain muscle. Muscle happens very slowly. Muscle growth, it's a very slow process. It's much slower than gaining fat. So don't think that you need to gain a lot of weight in order to build a lot of muscle. You need to, of course, to be in a slight surplus to build muscle, but you don't need a lot of weight in order to gain a lot of muscle, right? So just realize these two things, and after you do that, we can go to number two, downsides and upsides of following my program. Well, first of all, the upsides, you're gonna get huge arms, right? This is guaranteed. If you follow this, you are going to get huge arm. But this is actually going to hinder your progress for other muscles. So if, let's say, you want big arms, but in the same time you want the big chest, and in the same time you want big shoulders and big back and the big back, you are not going to get a lot of progress in your chest, shoulders, and back, or your legs. You're only going to get a huge progress in your arms. This is why, if you are a complete beginner, I'm also going to share with you advice in the end, specifically for beginners. But one thing that I need to say right now, if you're a complete beginner, you may not want to follow this program, the program that I'm going to share with you in the next seconds, because this is going to focus too much on the arms. Now, you could start with this program, get huge arms, and then you could focus on a general program that is going to grow your shoulders, chest, and back, and all that stuff. It depends on your situation right now and what you want, what you really want right now. Do you want a balanced kind of physique, right? An aesthetic physique, or you want big arms right now, like today, right? So this depends on your current situation, what you really want right now. You will have to train arms 3 days a week. Realize this, you will have to train your arms 3 days a week, and you will have to put some serious effort in. Hey, it's Marius from the future. Just a quick break. Inside of my bulking blueprint, which is in the top link in the description, I lay out exactly every single thing you need to know to be able to go from skinny to big. This is actually my life's work. So if you're a serious guy like me who always wanted to build muscle and get big, but never really able to do it properly, then this is absolutely perfect for you. You're going to be getting over 20 modules packed with information, as well as my one-on-one advice. So go over there right now, top link in the description, join, and I see you in there. Now that you know exactly the downsides, the upsides, and you have a understanding of the big picture, let's get into the program. So number three, the program. This is going to happen on Monday. We're going to start with incline bicep curls, you are going to then go to pull-ups. So you can see that we start with the biceps and then we go to back. Then we're going to do skull crushers. So we come back to triceps and then we're going to do incline bench press. So it goes like this on Monday: biceps, back, triceps, chest. This is totally the other way around as you are used to, because in a normal program, you start with the bigger muscle and then you go with the smaller muscle, right? You start with, for example, the back, then chest, and then you go with the smaller muscles like biceps and triceps. But our focus right now is to put so much focus and so much effort into the biceps and triceps. That's why we start with the biceps, then the back, then the triceps, and only then the chest, because we want to really focus on those muscles. Tuesday, you're going to do lateral raises and then shoulder press and then squats, hamstring curls, and calf raises. So on Tuesday, we're going to have a rest for the arms and we're going to train the shoulders and the legs. Now on Wednesday, what I wanted to do is start with the triceps overhead extensions with the cable, then go over to the chest press machine, and then easy bar curls, and then cable wide rows. So now we switch the Monday. We start with triceps, chest, biceps, and then back. That's what we're going to do. And Friday, we're going to have Thursday, we're going to have rest. And then on Friday, you're going to combine the shoulders with the arms. So we're going to do machine lateral raises, reverse pec deck, and then cable bicep curls, and then cable triceps pushdowns. So you can see we are training arms 3 times a week. We are training shoulders 2 times per week, as well as back and chest, again, 2 times per week, and legs only once a week. Assuming you do some kind of sport on Saturday and Sunday, that's gonna be perfect. So if you play some football or whatever on the weekend or Friday night, that's perfect, because you're gonna also train your legs 2 times per week. This is actually the program that I followed and blew up my arms, because when you go to the gym at first, you are fresh. You can put the most energy into it. So if you start with the biceps, you're gonna put a lot of energy into the biceps. You're gonna train your biceps and triceps very, very well. So you do that like 2-3 times a week. That's gonna be the program. Now, some advice for beginners. I want you to start with 1 set per exercise. If you decide that, okay, this is what I want to get huge arms, I like this program, I'm going to start this program for tomorrow. This is what you need to do. Start with 1 set per exercise. I don't want you to start with fucking 3 sets of 12 reps, right? This is the general advice, 3 sets of 12 reps. You don't start like that, right? You don't start like, there's nothing magic about 3 sets and 12 reps. Nothing magic about that. Start with 1 set per exercise. See if you get sore. See what's happening. If you don't get sore the next day, then next time you repeat the workout, add 1 more set. So you do 2 sets and then you see how it feels. If you still don't get sore, then add another set. So you do 3. If you get sore, then stay at 3 sets until you feel pretty well. And then maybe you go to 4 sets. Then warm up 3 sets. Think you're going to do only 1 set per exercise, 1 working set where you really push yourself. But before you do that, you're going to do 3 sets of warm up. How do you do your warm up? Well, you choose very light weight and you do 1 set of, let's say, maximum 15 reps and then maximum 12 reps and then maximum 8 and then 5 or whatever you want, right? Just the warm up sets is basically to prepare your joints, your ligaments, your tendons, and all that stuff for the working set. So think of the warm-up a very, very easy set as an opportunity for you to prepare your muscles, send some blood into the structures, and to practice good technique for the working set. And then what I want you to do all the time, practice good technique, because technique is the one that is going to drive a lot of muscle growth to the the muscle that you want to grow, because good technique means that you are going to use the muscle that you want to train. So good technique, and in time, like I said, add one set at a time, week after week, and track your sets, reps, and load from day one. So from tomorrow, if you start this program for tomorrow or from whatever you start, just track your sets, reps, and load from that day. And next week, you are going to add either 1 or 2 reps and you keep everything else the same, or you add 1 to 2 kilograms and you keep everything else the same, or you add 1 set and you keep everything else the same. So change only one thing at a time from week to week, and this is what you are going to do. Top link in the description is my program where I help you one-on-one. So if you talk directly to me, you can actually have the opportunity. Go in there right now. You also get the entire blueprint to gain muscle and to bulk up the proper way. So it's the top link in the description. Go right there right now, and I see you in there.